Now, let us see the four important modern management approaches. They are behavioral approach, systems approach, quantitative approach, and contingency approach. After the early management approaches, now we will look into modern management approaches. As we know that management approaches are grouped into two types: early management approaches and modern management approaches. In early management approaches, we studied about psychological development, scientific management, administrative management, and human relations management. Now, we will look into modern management approaches. Among the first one is behavioral approach. So, in behavioral approach, here it is to considered with the application of methods and findings that are psychologically and sociology for the purpose of understanding the organizational behavior. So, in early management approaches, what we observed, like in psychological development, or it might be in scientific management, or it might be in administrative management, the things were highly task oriented. But what we observed in human relations movement, that more importance was given to people working in the organization. So modern behavioral approach is nothing but it is an extension to it's an improved and extended version of human relations approach movement, which we had studied in early management approach. So what happened, that the behavioral scientists like Maslow, McGregor, who observed that the early management approaches were highly mechanical and routine, demoralizing human aspect. So what they had done, they insisted for a more flexible structure rather than a traditional or a hierarchical model. So what they wanted to have is, they wanted to have more participative type of management, and in this even the workers' opinion was considered. Initially, in early management approaches, it was a highly declarative approach, right? It was not flexible. It was highly task oriented, mechanical, and highly centralized. But in behavioral approach, a more flexible structure of organization is considered. A more flexible structure of organization is considered. Behavioral approach of management is a participative management. So this focuses more on individual behavior, group behavior, job design, motivation, leadership, and communication. Even though it is having all the aspects, but it is quite of participative management, giving more relations to people, respecting them, because it is not that human beings are just resources to an organization. They are human beings, right? So definitely, apart from salary, they even deserve social respect, recognition from the organization. So usually we always, when we say a department, we always somewhere we use the term always as a family, right? You might have observed in our own organization we call ourselves as CSC family, ISC family, right? So this family usage of words tells us that peoples are respected here. They are given more respect. Their decisions are, opinions are respected. Now next we will see quantitative approach in modern management approaches. So what happened in quantitative approaches? Here it is also known as management science approach, and this was developed during Second World War to find solutions to some complex problem. So whenever I say about quantitative approach, then I am solving some complex problems which is having lot of variables. So lot of variables in the sense lot of quantities are involved in that. So with the help of different techniques of quantitative approach, like it might be an operation research or linear programming, like I will use various tools and I make decision. So it deals with formulating a mathematical model to simulate a given problem. So what happens here we are forming a mathematical model for the complex problem. So in your final semesters you will study one subject called as operations research. So in that what we will study, we will try to find the optimum mix of the critical variables, right? And either we try to minimize the cost or maximize the profit. So what happens in operations research study, we will have some critical variables. What are these critical variables? Like this, we can have raw materials, we can have time, we can have cost. These are critical variables which are affecting the performance of the organization. We will take all these critical variables and we will try to solve that mathematical model with the help of linear programming and various other tools, so that we can minimize the cost, right? We can minimize the cost. We can minimize the cost of transportation from one source to one destination. We can maximize the profit. So one ideal solution we try to find out in operation research. So such approaches we call it as quantitative approach. So with the help of quantitative approach, what happens? So what operation research is making me, or linear programming is giving me, with that I am able to solve a complex problem which involves critical variables, right? When I solve a complex problem, I get some feasible solution, right? Feasible solution satisfying all the constraints, right? When I am able to achieve a feasible solution, what I can do, I can take a better decision, and ultimately these are nothing but the decision making tools. Next we study about systems approach. So what happened in classical approach, there is an emphasis on more structure and the task oriented. In the behavioral approach, it was the emphasis was more on people, and in the quantitative approach the emphasis was more on mathematical modeling and decision making. But in systems approach, what happens, the management is considered as the whole system, integrated system. So what happens here in systems approach, okay, in systems approach you can imagine a system as one square box. Just imagine in your mind a system as one square box. So what all inputs I am giving to system? It can be information, right? It can be input, it can be raw material, it can be manpower, it can be energy, it can be technology. These are all input to the system and these are provided to the system. That is one square box is a system. So what all will be the outputs of the system? It can be goods or products. It can be a goal, right? Even goal is actually goal, the target goal which you have reached. The services, the profit, the satisfaction, right? All these are outputs. Suppose, again imagine, for this system I am feeding, my input is, right, my plan, my input is my my staffs, right? If all these are input, then the output can be the profit, the attainment, right, the services. All these act as an output. So just imagine, in systems approach the whole organization is considered as one system which are supplied by the input. So these inputs are nothing but they are independent parts. They are interacting independent parts which are fed to the system, and we come out of with the various types of outputs. A system is defined as independent parts together form a unitary whole that performs a defined task. Organization is a system that consists of people, task, structure and technology, right? And one more important thing is a system can be either an open system or a closed system. So when we call a system, our organization as an open system, when we interact with the outside world, right? When we take opinions from the outside world, we can call our system as an open system. So when we call it as a closed system, right? When we are not interacting with the outside world, when we are not involving ourselves with the outside world and we are working under the closed boundary, we call such a system as a closed system. So systems can be of both two types, that is open and closed type. Next we will see contingency approach. So here the contingency approach is the most recent development in the field of management, right? Whenever it comes to modern management approaches, the most recent approach you can always consider it as a contingency approach. So in this approach it integrates all management approaches. So what it does, it suggests that the manager must do what the situation wants, or manager's actions must be contingent about the organization's situation or environment. So what happens here, a manager, it's first of all it is an integration of all the previous approaches. It can be quantitative approach, it can be systems approach, or it can be behavioral approach. The other thing is that a manager is given a flexibility to take which approach he want to follow based on the situation, based on the current scenario. So now it is the task of a manager to decide which approach he has to pick up at a particular time. What he has to think? He has to decide which approach I have to pick for this particular situation. And it may so happen that the techniques and methods that are highly effective in one particular situation may be failure in some other similar situation in another different area. So a manager should pick up which is the best approach at that particular way. It integrates all the approaches, no best way of doing things under all conditions. So hence we can't declare that this quantitative approach is best, or systems approach is best, or behavioral approach is best, right? It depends on the situation, it depends on the environment which approach they are taking. It may so happen that they integrate all the approaches and they can use approaches one to maximum or to another to minimum. Sometimes he may use quantitative approach, sometimes in some situation he can use behavioral approach. Hence the task of managers is to identify the correct techniques that will suit a particular situation, right? And this help us to even decide the amount of decentralization. When I mean centralization, it is that decisions are highly centralized, means only a few set of people should take the decisions. When I say about decentralization, I am delegating few of the authorities to other subordinates so that even they can take the decisions. I hope this is clear.